Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the GTAS podcast. Today is Saturday, July 21st, 2018. I'm back from vacation, so I am your current host, and should be always your host, Bob Rusin, and I'm joined by my co-host, the always disinfected Adam Miller.
What's going on?
How's it going, Adam?
Good.
Did you miss me?
Yeah.
It felt weird. You just
Adam, it was at first.
I'd never seen someone. I was thinking to myself, I think you have some separation anxiety issues because you are just blowing my phone up while I'm on vacation. You're just sending me shit like, check this out, check this out, check this out. I'm like, dude, I'm so drunk and hungover right now. I don't have time to look at it.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. I am I was just at the beach. I went to Ocean City, Maryland, and somehow I got a cold at the beach. So I am getting over it. So my voice might be a little raspy. I might be doing a little bit of sniffling and some coughing. So I do apologize. Heads up on that one. Adam, how did the show? I only got a chance to listen to some of it while I was editing because I wanted to kind of, you know how I edit. I kind of just put an end and a middle because I don't like to cut anything out in between. I like to just do it live and just let it go all the way through. So what you get is the raw thing.
I think it went pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, next time you decide to eat donuts on the show and chomp away at them, I'm going to come here and I'm going to jam the microphone so far down your throat. Because you specifically took my one rule and you said, fuck it. You said, Bobby doesn't like for us to eat on the show, but he's not here. Fuck him. And you ate on the show.
Yes, I did.
My God. I was sitting there. I was like, once you said that, I was like, no. And then I think when I was editing the show and I was still like, I think the show altogether was maybe about an hour and like 20 minutes, I believe.
That sounds about right.
Sounds about right. I think I think 80% way through the thing, you were still eating those fucking things. Oh my God, Adam, I wanted to kill you so fucking bad with that. You fucking ate on the show. What a piece of garbage you are. You are a garbage person. Oh my God. But now the show is back on the reins that it deserves to be. Although I do like to commend that Adam and Danko did a pretty good job without having me here.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was a little bit more, I'm like, oh my God, you are not talking about the points that I want you to talk about, but okay. It's not my show whenever I'm not there. It's, you know, I'm just...
Well, you know what I did? I looked at it and I was like, Bobby wants me to talk about this, and I'm just not interested in that point, so we're going to skip it.
Yeah, I'm like, man, you motherfucker. But I mean, at the same time, I was sitting there, I'm like, I did say, I was like, do whatever you want. Take my notes, don't take my notes, do whatever you want. I'm not there.
Yeah, they were
reins.
decent notes. I didn't want to talk about things that I felt like I'd get better content out of you than I would Danko. Does that make sense?
I guess, but I mean, I'm not talking about those topics.
I know, but I was trying to like...
Although I do think Lando will survive in...
You do?
Episode 9. I think there will be a riot if you kill off another character. Another character, especially when, like, Princess Leia's not going to either be there or she's going to get killed off at the beginning or whatever they're going to do with her.
Yeah. And
then to kill off another character, people are going to fucking lose their shit. That's why I think he'll be safe. But I don't want to go into a lot of the topics of last week. But I will say that when I was on vacation, man, I think I learned that alcohol for 6 days is not good for your body, and your body just starts shutting down after a while.
Wow, you just figured that out, huh?
Yeah, I learned that your body needs more than just liquor and alcohol and beer and champagne and fried food, and it will begin to shut down, and you'll feel like shit. Yeah. I learned that. Although, the other things were... Here's the thing, when I go on vacation with my friends, usually there's always like some sort of theme. Mm-hmm. Last year was Sammy Hagar's 3-lock box. where we still did it this year, but not nearly to the capacity that we did last year. What we do is we play Sammy Hagar's 3 Lock Box on repeat for as long as we possibly can do it. And what they say is, whenever you go through a song, you don't count it as one play. You count it as 3 because it's a 3 lock box. So whenever you ask the person, you're like, "Hey, how many plays are we on?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're on like 99 boxes." And I'm like, and then I have to sit there and do the math. I'm like, wait a minute. So you're telling me we've done this 33 times? Is that how we're doing this? And they're like, yeah, we're on 33 3-lock boxes. I'm like, my God. And we would just drive everybody insane around us.
Yeah.
Because we would blast it at the beach. And like you could there was one point last year where we were sitting in the middle and you could just see people slowly moving away from us because they just were tired of hearing that song.
Yeah.
This year's theme predominantly consisted of Indian pop star Daler Mendy, where whenever we would go, because it was 6 guys, 1 room, 3 beds. So when we would go into the shower, you had to pick a Daler Mendy song, and that was your length of period you were allowed to be in the bathroom before you had to get the fuck out of there.
Really?
Yeah, because they're like, we want to go do stuff, and we're not having this bullshit half-hour showers. You got 1 Mendy song.
And then get out.
Yeah, mine was Dig Dig Daisy. So we had that, and then normally we get these, my friend gets just a big giant, like, igloo cooler, like a big one.
Yeah.
And filled it with just this concoction that he called Orange Mendy. Which was just straight alcohol dyed orange. It was, oh my God! You tasted it and you were done. You trick yourself into thinking that this liquor, whatever the fuck drink this was like, oh, it just kind of tastes fruity, but then it really kicks your ass like an hour after drinking it. Oh my God! And all my friends, I couldn't really do it. There were a couple days where I really went hard, but most of the time I was getting really sick, especially with the cold. I was hacking and coughing all week. All my friends, I swear to God, it was a 6-day bender. They never stopped drinking. Never. They did not stop drinking.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I'd be waking up. I'd wake up at 9 o'clock, not because I wanted to wake up, because I'd hear my one friend crack a beer at 9 in the morning. And I'm like, you just got home at like 3. Because the bars closed at 2, you went and got 4 a.m. pizza, and then you came back, slept for 4 hours, and then you just cracked another one. Like, really? Oh my God, man. It was so crazy. I'm glad to be back, because there was a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. Yeah. The other theme, though, for this year was we watched The Mask like 3 times. We did it once, and then we watched it immediately right after. And then my one friend would just get really intoxicated and was like, I want you to be, from this point on in the night, you only can call me Stanley Ipkiss. And he was going around like flirting with everybody. And he's only a 20-year-old little kid. And he's just like, oh my God. He's just like, he's macking all over the place, going around calling himself, my name's Stanley Ipkiss. It was insane. Oh, and he just kept quoting it. He just kept saying shit like, that's a spicy meatball, and somebody stop me, and shit like that.
Jesus.
It was like, P-A-R-T, why? Because I gotta. It's totally ridiculous shit. That was my week.
Yeah.
And, but I'm glad to just be back in a little bit of mundane, like, life, and just not stressful. It was stressful. There were points where I was getting really stressed out on vacation.
Yeah, it wasn't really a vacation.
It was a vacation for a couple days, and then it was an endurance test.
But yeah, it was like work after that.
Yeah, I had to like try to keep up with friends. My God, I had a fun time.
How fucked is it that we're like so in the routine of the full-time job and overtime and shit that like when you're on vacation for more than 3 days, you're like, I want to go fucking home.
Yeah. It's just like, Oh my gosh, it's like sometimes my vacation is I don't mind just sleeping in for a week.
Yeah.
I'll just sleep for a week and then catch up. So, Adam, we're gonna go into our first kind of main topic. I heard about this. This all kind of within the last 36 hours, I would say. This
really blew up.
Yeah. And I told Adam, like, hey, we're going to do this fresh tomorrow. And so I stayed up for like an extra, I don't know, probably an hour and a half later than I wanted to, and just wrote a bunch of notes and took pictures and got as much information as possible. So I do want to preface this segment that there's going to be I'm going to be reading a lot of stuff that was tweeted. And I just wanted to let anybody know that if some people might find these type of comments offensive or anything like that, I just wanted to give a heads up that maybe this might not be a segment you want to listen to, but I'm going to go pretty in depth with this whole James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy firing thing in the Twitter comments. And so I'm going to be reading a lot of his tweets and a lot of other people's reactions. So I just wanted to let you know that the content from this henceforth on this segment can get a little racy, and it might not be, for everybody. So I just wanted to preface that before we go in there, that I kind of actually opted recently to get away from the time slots in the comments. I kind of moved away from them because they were just a lot of time consuming, and I just was a little bit. I will put the time slots on to skip this if you so choose. So just wanted to give everybody a heads up. So Adam, let's go on to this. So I got all this shit written down here, and so it was announced on, I believe it was on Thursday, that James Gunn has officially been fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 by Disney. And he was set to write and direct it for what wasn't confirmed, but was most likely going to be a 2020 release date. They decided to part ways after a bunch of offensive tweets from James Gunn, predominantly back from like 2006 through to like 2008 period. Disney Studios chairman Alan Horn stated that the offensive attitudes and statements on James' feed are indefensible and inconsistent with our studio's values, and we have severed our business relationship with him. And so these all kind of came to light because James Gunn is a very active anti-Trump supporter. He is constantly, I don't want to say poking the bear. That just kind of seems like that would be like, but he's very vocal on his social media page about his political feelings and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so what happened was these tweets were unearthed by the Daily Caller and some other conservative commentators, but mostly someone by the name of Mike Cervenich. Does that sound about right, the name?
Cervenich or Cernovich or something like that.
Something on those lines. Like it's, it's pretty crazy. Some of these tweets read... now, mind you, these are from 2006 through, 2008. After, 2008, they kind of go a little bit more regular. Just goofy and not as racy.
Yeah.
So
do you want
to add something before I get into these?
Yeah, I think...
let's talk about it for a little bit before I get into some of these.
I think at that period, James Gunn might have been going through a divorce as well.
I can't confirm whether or not that he was.
Because he was married to Jenna Fisher.
Yeah, from The Office, who played Pam.
And she, I want to say it was 2008 that they got a divorce.
I think I didn't look into it, but when I was going through, I think it did say spouse was around 2008. But I don't know if
Well, I know she remarried in 2010, so it would have had to been.
Either way,
around that time period. I think they were married for 6 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either way, he might have been going through a divorce around 2008, but there was still stuff from 2006, 2 years prior.
Yeah.
But from the comments, none of these really seem to be directed towards anger about his ex-wife or anything like that.
No.
But
most of this just seems like really shitty shock comedy.
Yeah, and he addresses that, which I have the quote. I have his tweets, his apology tweets written as well. So some of the comments that were pulled were stuff like, "The Expendables was so manly, I fucked the shit out of the little pussy boy next to me. The boys are back in town. This hotel shower is the weakest ever. Felt like a 3-year-old was peeing on my head. I'm doing a big Hollywood film adaptation of The Giving Tree with a happy ending. The tree grows back and gives the kid a blowjob." I actually kind of thought that was funny. I actually kind of think that that's funny, but...
Yeah. That one is very funny.
I like that. That actually is like a funny. That's not just like, it's shocking, but it is funny. Like,
because it's absurd.
Me and Adam looking at each other for the first couple were like,
nah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like that Giving Tree. I think that's funny.
The Giving Tree one is actually funny.
Trying to figure out the most disgusting feature of Vegas, these tranny-rific Rita Rudner billboards or all the Ed Hardy clothing. 3 men and a baby they had sex with. Hashtag unromantic movies. Just downloaded the new Steven Tyler single. I feel the type of shame usually reserved for getting a $3 blowjob from a maybe tranny. Laughter is the best medicine. That's why I laugh at people with AIDS. These are predominantly made between 2006 through 2000. I think there was another one I have. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Yeah. I want to go big. I want to go big game hunting, but I know it's morally questionable, so I'm going to split the difference and go on big game raping.
Yeah, that one's definitely not
Guys,
good.
I was being serious, not a joke. It's the Sabbath, and Jews aren't allowed to open the oven on the Sabbath, so I did them a favor.
Yeah, that's like an
that was like
joke.
Those were like the 2006 ones.
Yeah,
those last two, because I noticed those because I was trying to find the tweets, and it was kind of funny because I was like, those first ones I read were pretty like normal. But then I went on to the Daily Caller's website because they were the ones that kind of like brought these to light.
Yeah.
And so I went on their website, and that's where I found the last two that I read there. Me and Adam were, what the fuck?
Yeah, like the ones besides the Giving Tree one, they're all pretty bad.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're either not funny or they're whether
shocking.
he intended them or not to be, they're kind of offensive. But I find it really, I mean, we'll probably get into it, but I find it ironic that the Daily Caller is pointing out like anti-Semitism and like transphobic comments. Like,
yeah,
isn't that kind of their thing? But let's keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I wanted to talk about. It mostly was this all came about because of like being an anti-Trump supporter. So the Daily Caller and the people that work there and a couple other conservative commentators all kind of were like, well, let's do some digging, find something, what we can. They found these and they dug up almost decade-old tweets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually done this to myself. I think we talked about it on the show before.
Yeah, it's kind of like a topic that we've talked about, that we've all done stuff and said things that we regret 10 years ago. We are not the same people we were 10 years ago.
Nobody is.
Yeah. So I'll just read the apology that Gunn tweeted. He put, "Many people who have followed my career know when I started, I viewed myself as a provocateur, making movies and telling jokes that were outrageous and taboo. As I discussed publicly many times, as I developed as a person, so has my work and my humor. It's not to say I'm better, but I'm a very, very different person than I was a few years ago. Today, I try to root my work in love and connection and less in anger. My days saying something just because it's shocking and trying to get a reaction are over. In the past, I have apologized for humor of mine that hurt people. I truly felt sorry and meant every word of my apologies. For the record, when I made these shocking jokes, I wasn't living them out. I know this is a weird statement to make, and it seems obvious, but still, here I am saying it. Anyway, that's the complete honest truth. I used to make a lot of offensive jokes. I don't anymore. I don't blame my past self for this, but I like myself more, and I feel like a more full human being." To be honest, I think if you could have said it any better, I don't see how you couldn't with that. That pretty much just says everything. But he's not. I thought the comment where he's like, I'm not blaming my past self for my situation, but I know that now I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah.
And as he said, like, he wasn't doing that. There's no proof or evidence to suggest that he was even doing this stuff, but he was just saying really fucked up weird shit.
Yeah.
And this is also coming from the guy who used to write and direct Tromo movies. And he's done a lot of weirdo movies before. He was like an actor in a movie where he was titled as the character Chronic Masturbator, and was in a movie called Sergeant Kabuki Man, where he had like heat-seeking sushi, like he had detonating sushi and heat-seeking chopsticks. That is such a terrible
movie. Yeah. Oh my god. Have you ever seen it?
No, I've never seen that, but he was in it.
So bad.
That was like right after he had written and directed some Tromo movie. He directed Romeo and Juliet.
That is it was Sergeant Kabuki Man. I'm pretty sure was published by Tromo Video.
Yeah, he worked for Tromo.
Yeah,
like he did a bunch of Tromo stuff, and he did Tromoville Cafe. I mean, he's always been kind of a weirdo, like, and especially those ones. Those are even before like 2006. Those are like maybe in the like late 90s, some of those movies. But like then he did like Super, that was like in like probably I don't know, maybe like 2010, where Rainn Wilson gets tentacle raped, by his brain gets tentacle raped, and like he bashes people's heads in with like pipes. Like, it's a fucked up movie.
Yeah.
He also had another movie where he starred with Jenna Fisher, where it was a mockumentary where him and Jenna Fisher played, like, not arrogant, oblivious, ignorant is probably the better word. Ignorant, like, Southern California, like, hipsters. Mm-hmm. So they think they're making the world better by going up to a bunch of homeless people and giving them lollipops with inspirational quotes on them. Like, it's
yeah.
I'm not.
He also had fun hippies.
Yeah, he also had a show on Spike TV called PG Porn, which was a spoof on porn, where he would get a porn actress and a mainstream actor, and then they would talk about, like, they would act out a scene, like improv a scene before a sex scene was about to go down, but something happened that prevents them from doing it, so they just kind of improv it. He's done fucked up shit.
Yeah.
He's got a weird sense of humor back then. And I'm not saying this to defend his
former
tweets.
actions. Yeah.
Yes, they're bad. They're stupid. They're not funny, except the Giving Tree one. But besides that,
I will die on that hill. That Giving Tree one was funny.
Yeah, I'll die on the Giving Tree hill. But it does seem kind of odd that this, like, smear campaign kind of came out of nowhere. Because this is what it is. That's what it is.
This doesn't seem odd to me. This seems calculated. It seems planned.
No, yeah, it definitely seems calculated and planned. No doubt. Disney didn't dig this up. Mm-hmm. Like, they knew the type of shit he had done.
Of course they did.
Go look at his IMDb page. You know what he did.
You're talking about Disney and ABC, like one of the largest fucking media companies in the world.
Yeah, you're telling me they didn't have any idea about that shit?
Of course.
Maybe not about these specific tweets, because they're not rolling back, but, like, yeah, you knew he did this shit. You knew he was an oddball, but that was, like, kind of the...
That's why they hired him.
Yeah, that's why they hired him.
To do Guardians of the Galaxy, because he was fucking weird.
Mm-hmm. And so, pretty much, here's the thing, how I look at it. Was it right for Disney to fire him over this? I'm going to actually say yes. I think they were well within their rights to fire him over this. I really do.
They could fire him for any reason.
They could.
That's how employment works.
It's Disney's image, and he's talking about, you know, big game raping, and, you know, even with the Giving Tree quote, I mean, he is talking about a tree giving a boy a blowjob, and it doesn't fit with, you know, the Disney image.
That was so good.
But either way,
here's fucking absurd. But
what was Disney supposed to do? Defend it? No. Disney made the right call. I believe.
If I was Disney, I would have been like, he's not doing it now.
Yeah, but
he did this before he was employed by us. It's not on Disney, and they don't need to worry about it. And he's not.
Yeah, because I feel like if I was in a normal job, like for example, if I was in the funeral home business still, and let's say something, I never did this, but just say, let's say someone went back on my like Facebook or my old MySpace page, and I said something like, let's say I said something like anti-Semitic or something about gay people or something like that, like, oh, I hate gay people. I never did that, just letting anybody know that. You can go look on all my shit and you won't find anything. But let's just say, and someone found out about that and told the funeral home about that your employee used to post stuff about how he hated a certain race or like a group of people. Yeah, I could understand why they fired me. I'd be like, that's bullshit. I don't do that anymore. But what are they supposed to do?
Yeah,
you got them backed into a corner.
I mean, I would have pulled him into an office, and I would have said that all this shit needs to be deleted, and you need to make a public apology about it.
I think, but it was all, the cat was out of the bag. I think if Disney had found out about this prior, they would have said, hey, look, we just found this shit. You need to get this out of here.
I just feel like Disney bows to any angry mob. It's not like they're bowing to this mob because it's
but they're also a very family centric business. Their goddamn thing is Mickey Mouse. Their Disney World. It's a kids amusement park. That's their thing.
Yeah, but
can't have a guy around doing that. I know
Disney
he's not
was
doing
no saint.
No, and that's what I also found is that's actually what a lot of people have posted. Like, come on, Disney, like all your things are about redemption, and we're gonna hide your past. And you're going to fire someone for his. And
like Walt Disney made anti-Semitic comments. Walt Disney had very poor labor practices for a lot of the early development of Disney as a company.
Oh yeah, there's the whole and then there was the animal abuse thing with the whole lemmings thing.
Yeah.
I'm not. And then there was like the whole, like all the old racist caricatures and all their cartoons and stuff. I get it, but as a current business now, I don't want to see James Gunn fired. I would have loved to see him.
I guess what I'm saying is Disney going to fire itself because of the shit that it did?
No, but it's already apologized for. It's not gonna shoot itself in its foot because like. It's already apologized for all the shit that it did. Like, they're not re-releasing versions of Song of the South. Like, they're not doing that. And I can't believe I'm actually defending Disney, like, so adamantly. But as a business, you got to do what's right for your business.
I completely understand why they did it.
Yeah. I don't like the way this was handled because it was a smear campaign that was done to James Gunn to shut him up about him constantly bashing on Trump. From this Daily Caller website. From
largely people that on a daily basis make anti-Semitic and homophobic and transphobic and, Islamophobic and just generally xenophobic comments about...
If anything, the worst thing that James Gunn has ever done is that he wrote Scooby-Doo 1 and 2. Those are about the worst things he ever did.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he wrote Scooby-Doo 1 and 2.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, those are bad. So we have a couple people. We have Patton Oswalt has come out and defended James Gunn, saying, this is one of the less disgusting tweets from Mike Cervenich, the dude who, after running a Gamergate-style smear campaign, just got James Gunn fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Okay, have a good weekend. And the quote, it says, have you guys ever tried raping a girl with using force? Try it. It's basically impossible. Date rape does not exist.
I think he said without using force.
Did he?
Yeah, I think that's what I read. But either way, I mean, it's fucking rape apologia. That's all.
No, it says, have you guys ever tried raping a girl with using force? Maybe. Oh, is my screen tilted sideways? You might be right. Yeah.
Does it say without? Either way, he's claiming that if you're not using force, it's not rape, which is a ridiculous thing to even say. It doesn't. Oh,
it's stupid. It's asinine. It's just, my God. I think you might be right. I can't get it to work on my screen, but that's actually was while I was doing a bunch of research on this, like I had to tilt my screen. Yeah, it's probably without using force. It's not.
Yeah.
Either way, that's a sick comment, and that was made in 2012. Just saying.
More recently.
Yeah, that was.
And he still makes comments like this.
Yeah, that was 4 years after, but
he's slightly more sly about it because he has a public profile now. You know, he's kind of has a celebrity presence in the conservative community for some fucking reason. But
yeah. It's just a, I think it was just kind of gross to do it that way. You know, it's just fucking over somebody's campaign for something that they did 10 years ago. It's not like he was, you know, it's not like he was Bill Cosby raping people. He was just posting some fucked up shit on the internet that was really kind of bad sounding.
I mean, it was bad. It was bad back then. Like,
yeah, but it was not as bad. Like, it sounds so fucked up to say, but it wasn't wrong to make fun of, like, it wasn't considered politically wrong to make fun of a transgender person back then. It sounds fucked up.
I know what you're saying. Like where society was then it was a different place.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it right, though.
No, it does not make it right. No, you are right. It does not make it right. But, you know, like, he would make that, like, if you would make that comment now, you'd be out of a job, all this other stuff, nonstop harassment, although the harassment when you make comments like that sometimes is warranted, but you're getting where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
It's this idea of these old comments are now affecting you in the future.
I guess what separates this for me is that these are jokes. They're mostly bad jokes.
Yeah, they're tasteless.
They're tasteless jokes. But we have other people who have sexually assaulted people in Hollywood. And a lot of them still have jobs. A lot of them are still working. A lot of them had, you know, a couple months of people are angry at them, and then it just kind of goes away. And I'm not talking about Harvey Weinstein because he's going to get the long dick.
Yeah, but there are other people.
The end. But we're talking about like Ben Affleck's brother.
Oh, Casey.
Yeah, that was around for maybe a couple weeks, and then it just sort of fizzled out. Like where, you know what I mean? Where's the justice in that? These people aren't going after people actually doing things. They're going after James Gunn because he doesn't like their cult of personality.
I guess so. Dave Bautista actually came out and he posted something.
Flex Dave.
Let's
hear it.
What?
I said let's flex Dave. I want to hear it.
He just said, I will have more to say about this, but for right now, all I will say is this. James Gunn is one of the most loving, caring, good-natured people I have ever met. He's gentle and kind and cares deeply for people and animals. He's made mistakes. We all have. I'm not okay with what's happening to him right now. And it's like, I don't want this shit to happen to James Gunn, but at the same time, I'm not shocked by this. I'm not shocked that he would get fired over this.
But like what I just said is the reason why I'm shocked. Because there's people who have done much worse. Much, much worse. And they're still around.
Yeah, I guess. And it's funny because he was a writer and a director. He wasn't like the actor. And I'm not saying that that's any different, but you're right. There are people who have been, you know, who have done pretty terrible things and are still pretty successful.
Like, you got to think.
Although recently, I'm just going to say,
Bill Cosby
since
might
the
be
whole
in
Casey
jail.
Affleck thing, I haven't seen shit from Casey Affleck. I don't think that's because he's been blackballed. I think that's just because he's just like, I need to take it.
He's laying low.
It's like the same thing with James Franco. You haven't heard anything about him for a good while, but it's not like he's completely cut out from everything.
And Bill Cosby might be in jail, but what about Kevin Spacey? He's not in jail.
Yeah, he's not in jail.
His shows got canceled, but what happened after that? Nothing. It just went silent.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, there's no justice there. And this is just, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, so we'll kind of closing this out, but one of the other last things that James Gunn issued was a statement on yesterday, actually, so on Friday. My words of nearly a decade ago were, at the time, totally failed and unfortunate efforts to be provocative. I have regretted them for many years since, not just because they were stupid, not at all funny, wildly insensitive, and certainly not provocative like I had hoped, but also because they don't reflect the person I am today or have been for some time. Regardless of how much time has passed, I understand and accept the business decisions taken today. Even these many years later, I take full responsibility for the way I conducted myself then. All I can do now, beyond offering my sincere and heartfelt regret, is to be the best human being I can be, accepting, understanding, committed to equality, and far more thoughtful about my public statements and my obligations to our public discourse. To everyone inside my industry and beyond, I again offer my deepest apologies. Love to all. And I honestly, James Gunn, he's not listening to me right now, but if he was, I think the way he is wording all of his stuff is just, it's perfect. I think
how he's handling it shows how unnecessary this is.
Yeah, I think he's just like, this is ridiculous. I don't think he's sitting there like, you got me fired. He's just kind of like, yeah, I get it. I get I get why I got fired, but I just really, are we really doing this right now? Not to Disney, but I don't even
feel like he's doing that. I feel like he's literally like, I completely understand why this happened, and I'm just going to move on.
Yeah, I just think in his head, I think he's like, he'll be fine. I just think, anybody would be happy to work with James Gunn on a filmmaker perspective, but it's just with Disney, you just can't. It's just like, if he had a kid show on, I think, didn't Guardians of the Galaxy have a kid show on Disney? Like, that would probably, he had no involvement of that, but the show would stay because Guardians of the Galaxy is a popular franchise. But I understand you can't have a face of James Gunn going around with this type of shit, and unfortunately, for me, being a James Gunn fan, it's unfortunate to see that he won't be doing Guardians of the Galaxy or have any involvement with Disney in the near future.
I guess the only thing for me that's upsetting about this isn't that he's being, I don't know if you want to call this an adequate punishment or whatever.
I mean, I don't think it's an adequate punishment. I think it's kind of harsh. But but
you know what I'm saying, like.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Just.
It's tough. It's a tough situation.
What's upsetting about this for me is the lack of accountability on so many other counts with so many other people that have done way worse. People in extremely high positions of power, not only in Hollywood and in governments, not just the United States, in other countries. And then we got this guy who made 2 really good hit films. And these fucking people that are online, all they do is fucking bitch about how Jews are taking over the world and fucking how transgender people and cultural Marxism and all this other fucking bullshit that doesn't even exist are fucking going after this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's upsetting. It's like, when is that going to happen to us? You know what I mean? This could happen to anybody.
Yeah, it could happen to anybody. That's the thing. You just got to be like, oh, shit. Like, I'd love for anybody. Yeah, character assassination is. I don't think. Here's the best part. I don't think it's working in the character assassination part because it's just like
because it's obvious to most people how much he's evolved as a person since.
Yeah, that he's not a shithead.
Yeah,
But I would love for anybody who would be on like, yeah, he deserved to be fired. I would love to see that person's high school feed. I'd love to see what their stuff was like in high school because they're fucking lying. Telling you, man. If I'm just saying, like, there's just shit that people did.
Anybody who grew up from the mid '80s, up until 2006, if they say that they weren't like that back then, they're fucking lying. Yeah, you're right.
They're lying. It's ridiculous, and I know that James Gunn will land on his feet, and he seems kind of just like okay with this whole situation, but it is just kind of unfortunate because it does feel like a really harsh, like, it just feels like a smear campaign where just, hey, this guy was pissing me off. I'm going to throw some shit that I know will hurt his career, and it's just like, it's nothing that is. And
the problem is that when you throw the Mike Cernovich, whatever the fuck his name is, when you throw his shit at him, it's only going to get him more recognition from his community.
Yeah.
Because they're about that shit.
Yeah, it's not like, you want to throw some info out there that you think actually is like, hey, this man shouldn't be working because he's a scumbag and he did horrible things to children or women or different groups.
People who argue against Jeepers Creepers 3 being made.
Yeah.
That is totally fucking valid, and I'm on your side there. Even though I kind of want to see that film, I'm definitely not going to fucking pay any money for it.
Yeah. That was one of our first topics, was the Jeepers Creepers, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because that dude legit sexually assaulted kids.
Yeah, but did he not also serve his time for it? And it was we were more debating on whether or not he should actually be allowed, even though he served his time. I forget how that went. I'm not going back into it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember what we were what the exact.
I was definitely
was.
Yeah, because it's everybody's.
But
that's a whole different story, though. That was something he did.
Yeah.
This was just.
These are jokes.
These were
just bad jokes.
Yeah, they're just bad jokes. I think you asked me how deep were we going to go into this James Gunn thing? I'm like, yeah, we're going to go pretty deep into it, but it's no one's going after nor should they, but no one's going after Eddie Murphy for his Delirious. Go watch Delirious. It doesn't hold up.
No,
because he just sits there and talks about how much he hates, how much he thinks, what does he say?
I think
he says faggot every 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I think there's a reason for that. I think Eddie Murphy was dealing with some internalized homophobia.
Yeah, but either way, you don't.
I don't know if you know that about Eddie Murphy, but
I remember it only from a couple stories.
So, not that there's anything wrong with the way he conducted himself, in
but,
those situations. But I'm saying that I think that was a lot of him dealing with internal issues.
Yeah, but it's also you go, all these comedians, they say some pretty fucked up shit. Even currently. Currently.
Oh, you remember the Dave Chappelle special got a lot of shit for some of the things that he said. I don't remember exactly what it was, but...
it's okay, well, they're comedians, so they can say that, but it's just weird, I feel if... for example, do you know who Jim Jeffries is? He has a show on... he's an Australian comedian.
Yeah, I know. He says fucked up shit, too.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of his. But he says some fucked up shit. Mm-hmm. And almost all these things I could totally see Jim Jeffries saying. But it would just be, oh, well, that's just Jim Jeffries. He just said that. But
I think
also Jim Jeffries and Eddie Murphy aren't employed by Disney. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's such a weird...
I think it's difficult to police comedy. I think it's really even when things aren't funny. When is it not a joke?
No, but that's
you
the
can't
thing.
police that.
Your employer can. That's the problem, and that's if this was Paramount or Fox, I don't think they'd give a shit. I think I think he'd be completely fine. But because it was Disney, I get it.
Yeah,
and that's just how it goes.
I think it's really. For me, it's really down to the anti-Semitism is probably the biggest problem.
Well, because you mean some of his comments?
Yeah, because
I only pulled a couple. There's a lot.
But I'm saying in the context of we talked about where society was. Mm-hmm. Some of those jokes, while not funny and offensive, were okay then. You know what I mean?
It's so fucked
but
up.
The anti-Semitism. That's been not okay for a very long time. There's no context where him saying that at that period in time is okay, I guess.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It just, I remember whenever I was in high school, some idiot kid put he took some sort of article from a, I don't know, it was an old World War II post World War II thing, talking about concentration camps, something like that.
Yeah.
And he put it on a folded hat. He cut out the thing, and it said concentration camp on his hat. On his little, stupid top hat that he made out of cardboard. And this was high school, middle school, technically. I didn't have a middle school, guys. My middle school was my high school. But, in 8th, 9th grade.
Yeah.
It said concentration camp, but he just circled concentration. He's like, this is my concentration hat. Wow, that's not funny. But he got to wear it all fucking day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm, what? It's fucked up. And that was Graduated in '08. Yeah, that was probably around 2004, 2005. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just fucked up, and yeah. All right, Adam, let's get away from that topic. And we were on that one for a good while, but I knew that one was going to be a big one. Long, yeah, so Adam, Comic-Con is going on. Are you aware of that?
Yeah. I've seen some of the trailers.
There's some pretty good stuff coming out. There's also been some big piles of shit.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to start with
what are we doing?
We're going to go with
the poopy ones first?
Well, no, we're going to mix and match. We're going to throw a little bit
out?
Yeah. We're going to do like some shit, spray some poopery, then we're going to shit, we're going to mix it up a little bit. Put it in a nice little blender. Wouldn't touch it, but there might be something good in there. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. All right, Titans trailer. Let's go with that. Let's go with the Titans trailer. Titans, the new Teen Titans live-action show that is being exclusively developed for the DC online streaming service. Adam, you got to watch it. What do you think of it?
Okay, so it takes all the problems that are in the show Gotham and fucking multiplies them by 1,000. And doesn't fix any of them.
See, I don't watch Gotham.
Okay, so Gotham's not terrible, but it's like cringy, edgy at some points.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to take that specific element out of Gotham, leave the good parts, and then just multiply that by 1,000. The edge is... I don't know how they didn't fucking cut themselves on this while they were making it.
Yeah. It's... I mean, where do I start? Okay. I think Raven looks weird. I don't believe anything that she is talking about in this trailer. She is just mentioning shit, and I'm like, wow, I don't know who this actress is, but God, she's not good. So she's talking. Then it cuts to the whole Robin. Robin looks cool, and then he talks with the infamous line that's going around the internet. The fuck Batman.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Where do we start with this?
And the blood, and he's killing people. Oh,
yeah, he's
Jesus.
like stomping on their necks with like these weird, clearly like. One of the funny things is you sent me a video before we started today of the YouTuber Penguin Zero.
Yeah, he goes by Critical.
Yeah, and he was talking about it, and I was watching it. I watched it last night before Adam sent it to me, and I was like, oh my God, he is right. Because it's the one thing I noticed is that they just use these like
stock
sound effects.
Yeah.
Like of a neck breaking and glass shattering.
Yeah.
Like I've heard it in every. Like if you pulled it up on like sound effects on like iMovie, they'd probably like that fake scream. Oh my God. So Robin looked cool. I mean, the action looked okay, but. Oh my God, like, really?
Yeah, the dialogue and fucking...
There wasn't much dialogue in the trailer, but then they're showing, like, Hawk and Dove, like, cutting people's, like, shins and ankles, and I'm like, man, their costumes look like shit. Starfire still looks fucking terrible. Like, that costume is so bad. So bad. And I even was... Whenever we were talking about this, I think I was talking about it with Danko. Whenever you were gone, we were talking about the DC streaming service, and we talked about Titans for a little bit, and I was like, well, I don't know, maybe whenever it's in action, it'll look a little better, but I mean, like,
I know. I remember what you said. You were like, this is really going to be the make or break for you, right? For the DC streaming service, it's broke.
No, I said what would make or break is if they brought back the animated Teen Titans show. That would be a 100% I would buy it. But I said that with the Starfire, I believe what I said was like, if I didn't say it, I'm saying it now. It's like, I was like, yeah, the images are fucking bad, but guess what? Everybody shit on the Joker whenever that first image came out with Heath Ledger. And same thing that happened with like Ben Affleck. They were like, oh, look at these images. I was like, well, I like the images, but let's just wait for the actual thing. And obviously it's one clip. Of her just shooting fire out of her hands. And I'm sorry, it looks bad. It looked bad. She looked bad. From that little bit, it looked bad. Now, I'll still keep watching for these for these trailers and clips and see how it goes a little bit more. But I don't know. I'm just getting a really dark CW vibe. Maybe a little bit of that Gotham, but it just looks bad.
I know the CW DC shows do really well, but I just don't see the draw in them. I just don't.
No, neither do I. I just can't do them.
I mean, I know people that love Smallville, and I just couldn't do it. It was too cheeseball. It
Yeah.
was like somehow they managed to make Smallville more cheesy than Lois and Clark with Dean Cain.
Yeah.
Which, how do you fucking do that?
That I don't know how. It's just that CW style just does not work for me. Okay, I'll say this. I thought Beast Boy looked good. It looked like Beast Boy, but man, if their stock sound effects and some of those graphics that they were using, I don't even want to know how Beast Boy is going to look whenever he transforms into actual animals.
Yeah.
My God, that trailer was so bad. I watched it immediately after, and I was like, after I watched the first one, I was like, wait, was it really that bad? What? Really? I watched it again.
Double check.
I had to do a double take, and I did it again. I'm like,
it looks so bad.
Oh, it's even worse the second time. Yeah, that's a bad trailer, my dudes over there. And
I think it's time for DC to fucking pack up anything that's not a fucking comic and just leave.
They can keep their animated division. I like their animated division. I'm not excited about Young Justice, but I wasn't a Young Justice fan. But either way, I mean, it looks like it's going to be in the same vein as the original. Like, it looks just like it. I'm fine with DC doing its animated stuff, but man, DC just needs to do a clean house and just... Like, what the fuck were they smoking with that trailer?
I don't know.
Fuck Batman. Like, that was the take you chose? You wrote that down and thought that was going to be a good line.
Yeah, how many fucking... All right, so... Not only did they have to write that dialogue, somebody okayed that dialogue. Then they filmed the take, and it was fucking terrible. And they're like, yeah, let's go with that take. Then they cut that into a trailer, which was fucking garbage. And then somebody saw that trailer and said, yeah, let's go with that trailer.
Yeah, this is cool. This is edgy, guys.
It had to go through so many levels of approval. And it fucking made it through all of them, and that's what we got.
And I know a lot of people might actually be thinking like, oh, Bobby really likes Batman. That's why he doesn't like when someone says fuck Batman or something like that.
It has nothing to do with that. It's just fucking shitty dialogue.
I like the phase when Robin is getting out of Robin and he's trying to become Nightwing. But like, who the fuck is Robin right now?
Yeah.
Like, I know this seems like a weird thing, but I'm actually on the side of the thug. Where is Batman?
Yeah.
What the fuck? How is Dick this much of a dick? Like, why is he, like, acting like this? Mm-hmm. Now, maybe they explain it a little bit more, but it seems like that's the tone. Like something clearly fucking happened between him and Batman, that Batman's still just letting him run around and break people's necks as Robin. Like,
fucking kill people.
Yeah, it's just
He's
fucking stupid.
Covered in blood in the trailer.
It's stupid.
Fucking stupid, yeah.
Bad. All right, I'm going to get away from that shit as quickly as possible.
Yeah, the room's starting to smell like shit just talking about it.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, Adam, one of the things I'm actually really happy to talk about is at Comic-Con they also released a short little, barely even a minute long trailer with our first kind of in look at Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor in the long-running Doctor Who franchise. Yeah. It looks like she's going to have a few companions that she's just kind of calling. Like, it's like they're being chosen by like the inner essence of the TARDIS, I guess. Here's the thing, though. I'm not all caught up on the 12th Doctor stuff.
Capaldi.
Yeah, I'm still like, I think I still have Clara, mm-hmm. and I think this is the season I'm on is her last season, and then she gets the new companion, the one with like the kind of like frizzy hair. Mm-hmm. I forget. Do you know what was her name? She was like the younger girl. I just remember that. I think they made a point of saying that she was the first lesbian companion. I could be wrong in that. I thought that was a big deal for a while.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I forget her name. I thought it was like Billy. I could be wrong. I don't know. Either way, I'm not there yet. If I had watched it, I would know, because my memory with Doctor Who, when it gets to when I've watched it, actually somehow remains very. It remains very like in my head.
I liked Capaldi as the Doctor. I think he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, you really like Capaldi, and I do like Capaldi a lot. I really do. At first, it took a little bit, but that's with every Doctor change.
I think that's how I feel about this trailer. Like, I'm seeing it, and I'm not like, no, I'm not having that reaction. So I'm thinking like, let's see how this plays out.
Yeah. And I was like, one of the things it looks like she has 3 new companions. She's got her new costume, which is clearly looking very retro. It looked like you took the 5th and the 6th Doctor and you just kind of meshed it together into one little costume. I'm not sure how I actually feel about it, though. It almost seems childlike, but who knows? Until I actually see how this Doctor is going to play out, she might be childlike. I have no idea. Not a fan of the new screwdriver. New screwdriver looks like garbage, and whenever she clicks it, it sounds like one of those like cheap bright flashlights that you keep in a like toolbox to like. It's like not liking that, especially because I thought that didn't they change it like 4 times with the Capaldi? They like kept changing a new screwdriver like all the time, and then
I don't remember that.
Because I know you had the regular one for a little bit from the 11th Doctor, and then he changed it to like Sonic sunglasses, and then everybody lost their fucking minds on that. So they got rid of that and then gave him more of like this bluish looking one, and now she has a new one. But as I said,
I think it had an orange light, didn't it?
Yeah, it has an orange light now, and it doesn't look like a screwdriver. It looks like a flashlight. So I'm not...
They kind of all look like a laser pointer, if you want to be
I guess
honest.
Technically they do look like laser pointers. I guess that is... Okay, you got me on that one. But I'm curious. That's why it's actually got my excitement back up for Doctor Who. And I'm going to probably, in the next few days, start trying to catch up so that whenever Jodie Whittaker makes her appearance... I'm not sure when these actually are coming out. But I just know that like one of the cool things with Jodie Whittaker is that she worked with David Tennant on Broadchurch.
Which is a fucking amazing show. Have you seen it?
No. 24 episodes.
You need to.
I know.
There's 3 seasons of it.
Yeah, it's 24 episodes altogether.
Yeah.
And everybody tells me how fucking good it is.
Yeah.
I know. It's one that it's on my list of ones I need to watch. And then also, but
the third season's not necessarily as good as the other ones, but it's still good.
Yeah, and then Broadchurch got brought over to the American side on Grace Point, where David Tennant just played the same character.
Yeah, but I've heard that one wasn't as good.
I heard it was like 70% and up. Like it was mostly positive. It was mixed to positive, but that was only 10 episodes. It was a limited series. So I'm curious. I should have texted Danko, see what he thinks, but I don't know. Danko probably would have been. I'm sure Danko's on board with it, just because it's Danko. Danko doesn't really. Danko's probably one of those most
positive people.
Yeah, he'll just look at it like. I mean, I have a feeling. I don't want to speak for Danko, but I have a feeling that Titans trailer was not up his alley, but I do feel like this Doctor Who season 11 trailer actually. Yeah, it felt very much like Doctor Who. While it was I want to see more. That's why I'm actually getting really excited about it. So.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm at the excitement point yet, but I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, whenever they release the pop, I'll finally get I'll be able to get the other Doctor. I'm still pissed that they're not releasing all the other Doctors, but whatever. Okay, Adam, going on to our next topic, which is the Iron Fist Season 2 teaser trailer. Okay. My God, I put this on my notes. I put, my God, that fight choreography is terrible.
This is the one complaint that I've consistently had about Finn Jones as Iron Fist, is that his fight choreography is terrible.
It's so
he's
bad.
He's so stiff.
You have a teaser trailer and it looks like he's tapping them on the face. Like he looks like he's just like going like this. And just like slapping him.
And then
like,
they're going,
yeah. And then he like goes for the punch at the ground. I'm like, ooh. Okay. I am not as down on Iron Fist season 1, I think, as the most. Like, I think for the most part, I thought it was bad to meh. I think most people say it was just straight bad. I thought there were some redeeming qualities in Iron Fist that made me keep coming back to watch another episode. But, like, if you would skip the first, like, 4 episodes of that show, it'd be a better show entirely. But that's a whole other conversation about how these Netflix shows need to cut themselves from, like, their, like, 13 to and just make them, like, 8 episodes. They'd be so much better.
Or just make them 13 episodes with actual shit going on in them.
Yeah, but it just feels like they're so loosely stretched and, you know, like, I feel like even if you took Iron Man and put him into a 13-episode series, and you're making a 13-hour movie, essentially, you don't have enough content for him.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you're taking characters like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Daredevil. And while I like all of those characters, they don't have enough going on in their world to warrant a 13-hour-long story. And I think you can just cut that down to maybe make it 10 episodes. Every season, ever since The Defenders, which was only 8 episodes, I believe, ever since then, every single show has felt over, like, 3 or 4 episodes way longer than it needed to be.
Yeah.
Even I think that you could have scraped, like, 1 episode out of Daredevil Season 2. You could have scraped maybe an episode or 2 out of Jessica Jones Season 1. You could have scraped half of Jessica Jones Season 2. Luke Cage could have been half of that show. And then I didn't watch Season 2 yet. I'm still debating whether or not I will, because I'm not hearing anything that's like, this show's so good. I just hear that it's
No, okay, so I'll talk about Luke Cage Season 2 briefly.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I did like it. I loved the villain.
Okay.
I hated the ending.
Okay.
I don't know, because I don't normally read comics. I don't know if there's any context for what they did with the ending.
Okay.
But there's a lot of retreading the same ground.
As the first season, or in
Just
these
like,
Netflix series?
I guess what I'm saying is they're starting to feel formulaic.
Okay, I completely agree, actually. I am all on the side that, they all have a formula to them.
I really enjoyed Daredevil Season 1 and 2. I really enjoyed Jessica Jones. I'm not crazy about Iron Fist. I don't hate it. I'm kind of on the boat where you are. Like, there's a certain point where it becomes better in terms of story content, but I don't like Finn Jones as Iron Fist.
Who's the love interest in Iron Fist was one of the ones I liked the most. I forget her name. But I liked her the best. I liked her more than fucking Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Or that dude, his stepbrother, because wasn't he like kind of adopted?
The dude with the fucking slick
weird
back hair.
And that dude was
fucking phenomenal. He was the best part of Iron Fist.
That dude was acting like circles around everybody. I don't know who that guy was, but put him in more shit. That dude can act his fucking ass off. When he's in that hospital, like, all drugged out on that oh my god, that dude was super underrated in that show.
And that's kind of what I'm noticing about these Netflix shows, is that some of the best characters and some of the best actors are not the focus of the shows. Does that make sense to you?
Well, yeah, because their name's not on the title of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like
the dude that's the villain in Luke Cage Season 2, I can't wait to see him in more shit. Just like I couldn't wait to see Cottonmouth in more shit.
Yeah, which they fucked that over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if anybody doesn't know, at this point, Cottonmouth is killed off halfway through the show. Like, right at the middle. And that's when the show starts to drag. Because you had this great villain, and you just kind of wasted him out of nowhere.
Yep.
And I don't think you realized what you had till it was gone. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why my excitement for, like, Luke Cage Season 2... I think it's because Jessica Jones Season 2 was kind of underwhelming for me.
But you gotta give me this point here. All right, Daredevil 1 and 2 were good.
Yes,
we're in agreement there.
I love them.
Jessica Jones Season 1 was good.
Love it.
Okay. Then we had a meh season of Luke Cage.
Yeah, I would still give it a positive review because the first half is so good.
Yeah.
But the second half is just so bad.
And him as the character is fucking great.
Yeah, he's great.
And then Iron Fist is kind of like...
yeah, Iron Fist is just like meh. I liked his little like romantic
But
lead.
then they did Punisher.
Yeah, and then they did Punisher.
Punisher was fucking phenomenal.
And then they did Defenders, which I think a lot of people are a little bit more down on Defenders. I liked Defenders a lot. It just it did have the formulaic aspect of it. And they just made Elektra way too much of a major part in there, and they did not need to do that.
Yeah. And then they did Jessica Jones season 2, which was like... It was
kind of a slog at certain points. Like, I just wasn't...
Really
I lost
dragged.
interest after point. And the only real hope that I have for, like, Jessica Jones season 3, which was the biggest concern of me going into season 2, was the fact that you didn't have Kilgrave. But you had this thing that's like, oh, Kilgrave is still kind of in her head, kind of like how Batman and the Joker are in each other's heads during Arkham Knight, the game. So I liked that, and I liked the idea that, oh, he's still there. He could probably be doing stuff in season 3 if they do it, which I think they will. But
I can't remember if I'm making this up or not. Because it seems like a cool plot device, but I don't know if it was actually in there. But in season 2, don't they reveal that like they took the DNA from the baby that he had conceived with that Hope character?
Oh shit! I did not catch that at all. That I just thought it was in the first season. They explained that character and the baby, that they're like, oh yeah, they aborted it, but they don't explain it. But you kind of think like, well, that I don't see it on screen, so
yeah, I couldn't remember if they if the baby was dead and they had preserved it, or if the baby was alive and they're hiding it, or if they.
No, I don't think that was ever confirmed. DNA. I think that's just kind of been a fan theory that like
maybe that's what it is
floated around, because in season 2 I don't remember any mentioning of.
Yeah, that's why I said it might be something that I'm just making up and I just am not remembering correctly. But.
I was kind of hoping something was going to happen with that, because you see it. Why not try to militarize it? But I have no idea. I don't know. I just kind of thought for a teaser trailer and you come out with that bad of choreography, I just thought with the season,
again,
the reception
it's
of season...
It's just a teaser trailer, and my main problem with it is that I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't care about those dudes mugging some lady in the street.
No, I just... Here's the thing. I just think that...
It just seems stupid.
With the poor reception of the first season, I just feel like you could have came out, no pun intended, swinging with a good teaser trailer to show some really good choreography, show some really cool, like just... maybe actually show something with the Iron Fist, or you just, and that's what you came out with. Like, dude, I look like I could have filmed that in my fucking backyard. It was cheesy. Like, it just, the choreography was so bad that I just had no interest in it. And I'm like, yes, well, I maybe check out Iron Fist. Yeah, but you better give me a better fucking trailer than that piece of shit. That sucked. That fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam. Going on to our next topic, which is the Dragon Ball Z Super Broly film that they're going to be re-releasing. Or not re-releasing, releasing. Yeah. What did you think of the trailer? Are you any interest in this? Or what are you?
I have no interest in Super at all.
Why?
Again, formula. Too formulaic.
Too formulaic?
Yeah, it's just always... There's a term for it in storytelling. I mean, I get it's that type of anime, manga type thing.
Well, here's the thing. Do you...
They just keep raising the stakes to, like, ridiculous levels.
But did you not... But didn't you like, Battle of the Gods?
Yeah, like, it was a good... I enjoyed it, but for story content-wise, I don't care.
Did you see Revival of 8?
No, I never saw
Resurrection
it.
of F?
Never went to saw it.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing.
I wanted to, but then I was like, it's not really that important to me. I don't care about... I guess I don't care about the source material anymore. Like, I'm not interested in the characters enough anymore.
Okay. Well, okay, that's fine. That's your opinion on that. My thing is, do I like the way the trailer looks? Yeah, actually, I do like the trailer.
Didn't look bad.
No, and I do like... I do like Dragon Ball Z Super. My thing is, it's just not very easily available to watch.
Yeah.
Like, the only way I can really watch it is, like, if I have Crunchyroll, but that's all in subtitles, and I wouldn't watch Dragon Ball Z in subtitles.
Yeah, the Japanese voices for Dragon Ball, I don't care what anybody says, they're fucking terrible.
Well, I don't even really know them. That's just how I knew it, you know? When I watch anime now, I have to go through a whole analyzing process of whether or not I should watch it with the dub or watch it with the sub. So I do a lot of research with it. And with One Piece right now from Adam's recommendation, because one of the main things I hated about One Piece was always hearing the voice actors, and Luffy, the main character's voice, drove me fucking crazy.
Which, isn't that Kid Gohan?
What?
The voice actor for Luffy in the American version. Isn't that Kid Gohan's voice actor?
I don't know. I never really looked into it because it drove me nuts. I just never really cared to look into it.
The voices are not good. Usopp sounds like shit. Like, the American voices
yeah,
for One Piece
so based
terrible.
on your recommendation, I went with the sub. So
Yeah.
I'm working on One Piece with the sub, and that's fine. That's how I started it, and that's how I'll probably end it. Attack on Titan is the same way. I started it before the dub was ever released, so I'm stuck with the sub ever since. Dragon Ball Z has been one of my longest running shows that I've ever watched when I was a kid. I used to watch it as a kid, and I only know it with the American voice actors.
Yeah.
I can't watch it without those actors. It just does not work for me. It just does not.
Yeah.
So when I see this Dragon Ball Z Broly film, how I look at it is like this. One, I'm not all caught up on Dragon Ball Z Super, so I'm not understanding this whole why is Frieza now apparently a good guy. I don't fucking like this idea that Frieza is a good guy. I don't give a shit if Frieza joined the team because of Super Saiyan Goku Black or whatever. I don't fucking like that Frieza, who was the main bad guy of the whole entire show for the longest fucking time, is now on the same team and fighting.
He was meant to be the final Dragon Ball Z villain.
Yeah, like, he was the one that was killing kids, killing Krillin, shooting people through the heart, killing almost a whole entire population of a planet, and now I'm just supposed to accept that he's a good guy? Fuck you. I don't like that. But either way, I like the way Broly looks. I like his Saiyan armor. I like that it's kind of different and that he doesn't seem like he's going to be just a mindless dummy like he was in the other thing. But the other thing I don't like is that apparently this is now the official canonized version of Broly, and I don't
This
that.
is the first time that they've canonized him as a character.
Yeah, and that's what always drove me up a wall, was that apparently the first 13 Dragon Ball Z films, only like 3 of them are actually canon, which is Dead Zone, History of Trunks, and Bardock, the father of Goku. Yeah. Those are the apparently only 3 what is that word? Canonized?
Yeah, canonized.
And then all the other ones are just what the fucking point was all those other movies? Like, really? What was the fucking point of making?
To make money.
Stupid. I like those movies, and it's just like, now that, like, if this movie isn't as good as the original, which isn't as good, if it's not as good as the original Broly, that's going to be a problem, because most people consider that Broly film the best fucking one.
Yeah.
Most people consider that the definitive cool, that's their favorite Dragon Ball Z film. And now this Broly one is just completely saying fuck it, and I don't know if I like that with Dragon Ball Z. I was fine with them saying that Super is everything after the Kid Buu saga. We're ignoring GT, even though I don't like GT, but I still think there are good aspects to GT that they did.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this because of all the reasons I just stated. Like, yeah, if it's not as good, well, yeah, we still have the other ones, but now it's like not classified as canon, so it's kind of like you're really kind of like shitting over those ones that have always been fan favorites.
Yeah.
I just didn't think that was needed, but I understand by the 3rd time they brought Broly back, it was getting kind of ridiculous. Like that
was like fucking bioengineered.
Yeah, he looks like a snot rocket.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a big loogie, and it's gross.
Yeah.
And okay, like, that's a bad movie. I get that. And maybe you just want to start over, but maybe you could have just came up with somebody different. This seems like a cash grab to me to get. I mean,
I think it totally is.
everything
I
in
think they're
entertainment's
totally-
a cash grab, but
yeah.
I just feel like you're doing Broly again. Now he's canonized, guys.
Yeah.
He's canon now. Oh well, everybody has a hard on for Broly, and
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Super to me has done good things with characters and done bad things with characters. And personally, one of my least favorite things is what they did to Bardock. I don't like what they did to Bardock. I don't know if you're familiar with what they did with Bardock.
No,
Do you?
what'd they do?
That he never actually died.
What?
Yeah. In like a super mini film, Bardock, when he got killed on planet Vegeta by Frieza, his powers to read the future, it didn't kill him. It somehow sent him into the past. And he is on a planet being terrorized by one of Frieza's past, like, great-great-great-grandfather or something like that.
Yeah.
And Bardock becomes a
first
Super Saiyan and becomes the first legendary Super Saiyan that instills the fear in all of Frieza's, like, race to fear the Super Saiyan. And I was like, you couldn't have just let him just die and be a badass. You had to do this whole thing. Like, yeah, they still made him... I understand that they want to treat Bardock with respect, which he's a character that deserves it. He is my favorite fucking character in the whole show. And I think even on one of the old toy platforms here...
He was up here.
He was up here. Mm-hmm. My statue of Bardock. I understand. I like the appreciation. I didn't like what they did, but I was like, okay, whatever. Bardock's the original Super Saiyan. Bardock never technically died. That just drives me nuts, but okay. Whatever. Here's the other thing. I'm going to actually... I know I feel like I'm shitting on this, and I'm like getting all stuffy because I haven't like breathed, because I'm like getting all flustered.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing that I'm not very happy about. Now, when I watch this... Well, I guess... Okay. No, actually, I'm gonna take back my statement, because what I was going to say is, with all of the movies they've done so far, they're just shortened versions of the story so far. Like, if you watched Battle of the Gods, and then you watched Resurrection of F, you pretty much just watched season 1 and 2, but in an hour and a half format, essentially.
Yeah.
Because they just stretched out the movie to form season 1. They just stretched out Resurrection of F. And yeah, you get a lot more little cool details in between, but... So I was sitting, I was like, what is this? You're just going to get another season of Broly, and it's just going to be an extended version of that, but the show's done, so that would not be the case on this instance. So, I don't know. Dragon Ball Z is just a really touchy subject for me, because Super is definitely not as good as Z or Dragon Ball in any capacity, but I think it's better than GT.
Yeah.
At least the first half of GT, it's better than. I think the first half of GT is just unbearably bad and just pointless and nonsensical. And
yeah. Well,
once they get back to Earth,
even
and
the character designs in GT are bad.
Yeah, but they got kind of creative with like the Super Saiyan 4, and then like the mythos of you got to turn into the ape and be able to control that to become the Super Saiyan 4, and then they did like the Black Star ball that cracks and releases a dragon based on the bad wishes that were created. Like, I like the idea. So I'd say that the second half of GT, if you just want to break it down, because it is technically only 2 seasons, but if you were to break down GT into season 1 and 2, season 1 is completely skippable, but you need it to learn about Baby, which when they get back to Earth, it's actually like, I think it's actually a good show. But I think I enjoy Super a little more, but I just don't like what they're doing with certain stuff, and I just feel like they could have just come up with a new character, especially with how popular Super Saiyan Goku Black was. Like, they're not having a problem with new characters. People love all the characters. I just feel like going back to Broly was kind of a cheap shot. Okay. Nice segue, Adam. We're going to go into this. It's a game/movie news, which is the Uncharted fan film that was starring Nathan Fillion and Stephen Lang. You watched it before we started the show.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I watched it a couple days ago. I thought
captured the comedy well, captured the characters well.
It was really good for a fan film.
Yeah.
And
I want to know how a fan film got Nathan Fillion and Stephen Lang.
I don't know. I think they just... Well, didn't you see, like... I don't know if you saw this yet, but there's interviews of Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake
Yeah.
being interviewed at Comic-Con
Yeah.
about the fan film.
Yeah.
And I think this might be... I don't know. I don't think there's anything going to come of this. The only thing that
I feel like Sony would be stupid not to grab this and run with it.
Yeah, but the thing is that Sony's working on something Uncharted with Tom Holland as like a young version of Nathan Drake. And I think that maybe this fan film probably had to have had their blessing. I mean, they straight up talk about it. I mean, they had to have had their blessing. I mean, maybe this is what it was used to test the waters. I don't think this is going to get a movie out of it. I would love to see this as like a web series, though. I think that would be stupid to not do. Web series, what you do, like, that thing couldn't have cost them that much money, and it probably took like a day or two to film all of that.
Yeah.
They could have done, because I want to see where the story is going.
Mm-hmm.
They set it up as like a joke where it's like, oh, it leaves you on a twist. I think they're trying to go to something.
Yeah.
Like, everybody is talking about this goddamn thing, and everybody loves it. Like, no one gives a shit about the one that they're coming out with Tom Holland. Like,
honestly, they should fucking cancel that project before they get started.
Yeah, it seems like
I don't care about young Nathan Drake.
I really don't either, and I love Tom Holland. But, yeah, I think also with the bad box office performance of Tomb Raider...
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like the time is right. And so why don't you...
Do what people actually want.
Yeah, I mean, because Nathan Fillion's a little old at this point, but I mean, he's still got the timing, he's still got the look. I mean, I think if you just did this web series, I honestly think, like that Cobra Kai show, like, if you got this as like a YouTube Red show, I mean, I already have YouTube Red, but I think if you said, hey, Uncharted Nathan Fillion show is going to be a YouTube Red 10-episode exclusive, people would sign up for that very, very quickly. I think that'd be such a good idea if they did that. If this wasn't like a Deadpool type of thing that just kind of like kickstarts something, I'd be kind of shocked.
I was just thinking that. I was like, remember the Deadpool screen test?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I feel that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Sony would be a fucking idiot not to grab this and run to the fucking bank with it.
Yeah, but especially with the reception of it. Mm-hmm. It's everybody's. I don't hear shit about how anyone's saying it's bad. Everybody is all about it, and it's not. Like, that's the one thing, and I'm not the biggest Uncharted fan. It's not that I don't like the things. I've only done up to the third one. I didn't even play Uncharted 4. But, I mean, I enjoy them for what they are. I never really thought that they were, like, these masterpiece games that, like...
They're fun. They're
just fun. They're really fun games. But the characters are so good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes those games.
Yeah.
And the characters are what made this fan film. And so, I mean, if it doesn't start a web series, or at least jumpstart the Tom Holland Uncharted film, not that that's what we want, but... if they see that there's an interest in Uncharted, they might start pushing forward to this. Hey, are people interested in this or not? I think it's be foolish. I think I agree with you. It'd be foolish to not continue something with the Nathan Fillion one because that's just what everybody wanted. That's who Nathan Drake is based off of in real life.
Yeah.
Anyway.
When the first game came out, people were like, wouldn't it be awesome to see Nathan Fillion play Nathan Drake?
Yeah.
It was being talked about all the way back in when did that come out? Like 2008 or something like that.
2007. Probably like I would say about 2007, 2008 max.
So 10 years later, we're finally getting it,
and people are fucking flipping shit over it.
Yeah.
So that's great. Okay, Adam, this is a cool little topic. I thought that maybe you would find kind of interesting. So, Players Unknown Battleground. Do you know where this is going?
I'm sure we'll find out.
Okay. PlayerUnknown Battleground hasn't been in the best light in the last couple days, especially maybe in the last couple months, because they finally dropped their lawsuit against Fortnite for like copywriting.
Yeah, it was a bullshit lawsuit.
And Fortnite is just still doing gangbuster money-wise for being a free game, and PUBG's kind of fallen on the wayside. And PUBG's found itself in a little bit of controversy the last day or two here, because they re-released a mask for pilots called the Rising Sun. And it was, just a mask with a Japanese Rising Sun logo on it. And some Koreans and Chinese citizens found the symbol to be kind of offensive due to its usage by the Imperial Japanese military in World War II.
Which I totally get. If you ever read anything about what the Japanese did in China and in Korea.
I got some stuff so that you can know about it.
All right.
So the Rising Sun flag is considered offensive due to Japan's militarism and imperial system during its expanse into Asia during World War II. And so that was bad. And
that's basically like, do you know, for people who don't know about this kind of stuff, you know how the swastika is for Jews.
That's what the Rising Sun
is for the Chinese and the Koreans.
Yes. So then there was, I can't confirm this because I found a picture of the Rising Sun mask. I could not find this picture, but this was from BBC News. So I'm just going to roll with that. This is possibly true. An Asian player found the same day that the release of this Rising Sun mask, they said that they found an AI player bot titled Unit 731.
Holy fuck.
And Adam is getting where I'm going with this. Unit 731 was a division of the Japanese army which conducted human chemical weapon experiments on the Chinese, Korean, and Russian prisoners of war. And
more than just human chemical weapons.
Yeah, and 10,000 people died from it.
Yeah.
And they were like mutilating them.
There's probably more than 10,000. They were cutting people up and sewing them back together, they were basically doing exactly what shit like Dr. Mengele was doing.
Yes, it was terrible.
In the concentration
I
camps
tried to find a picture to confirm whether this was true. I can't say for sure, but other news sources are rolling with this. It's only just, I can't find confirmed truth, but they're saying that somebody did find something that said Unit 731.
Jesus fuck.
Man. PUBG is also, surprisingly, is owned by a South Korean publisher. Blue Hole, who creates PUBG, is South Korean, which I find very odd.
I don't, because there's the political structure in South Korea is it's unique. It's not a lot like American democracy, even though it was heavily influenced by American democracy.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you don't see that's kind of odd that they would put that in there when they're being South Korean. Like, you can't imagine that South Koreans weren't affected by this shit.
You know how there's like an extreme division in the United States developing, where there's a lot of white individuals identifying with Nazi ideas and Nazi imagery. The same sort of thing is happening in South Korea, with them identifying with the far right aspects of Japanese and Asian imperialism.
Wow. And you're that would seem pretty crazy for a company to be about, but I mean, but that's not to speak about the whole company. The company came out and said, "We apologize for causing concerns over a pilot mask item. We will conduct an overall re-examination of our image production process to prevent such a reoccurrence. We will enhance procedures to scrutinize game items before their release and hold the person in charge responsible." That's
exactly what I was going to say, is that maybe it's one individual employee who did this because they identify with that kind of thing.
Whew. It's fucked up. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, oh, wow. I didn't honestly, this is just me being ignorant. I didn't know the Rising Sun was like a swastika to, like, someone of the Jewish faith in over in Asia. I knew that, Japan did terrible shit during World War II, mm-hmm. But, it's just, ooh. They had pictures of it when I was looking up research on this.
One of the things, okay, so another thing that we should probably add is that how Germany just banned Nazi imagery. You can be arrested for even identifying with Nazi ideals or imagery in Germany. Japan still maintains denial of their war crimes during World War II.
Yeah, it's and I really like Japan, but that's not okay.
No.
Not something that you really should.
So that's why this is probably, I would say, worse.
What do you mean worse?
Like there's plenty of video game like Wolfenstein has Nazi imagery in it, obviously, because you're fighting the Nazis. But this is even worse because Japan, as a government, as the majority of the population, still maintains denial.
There's like photographic proof.
There's photographic evidence. There's film evidence.
What do they say?
Operation Paperclip, they recruited some of the Nazi scientists from Unit 731 and brought them to
They straight
Europe
up just say, like, yeah, that never happened? They just deny it.
They just deny it happened.
My God.
Yeah.
I can't believe they do that to this day.
Mm-hmm. One of the people that deny this is actually pretty famous in the gaming community because he's the composer for the Dragon Quest series.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's one of the...
is a denier of Japanese war crimes.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. I know that we're not really good for our war shit, but man, at least we kind of accept that we did it.
There's a lot of things that the United States does not accept involvement in, but
I guess so. But hey, whew, that one.
But what
a dark subject.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's why you don't see many games about Vietnam.
I guess
because there's some questionable information about whether or not we should have even been involved or not. Me personally, I think we shouldn't have been, but yeah,
I wasn't alive, so I can't really say. I would assume from the knowledge that I have, nothing about it seemed legit.
Yeah.
But once again, I'm not a Vietnam expert. Okay, Adam, another little topic I wanted to talk about was some Dead or Alive 6 news. Now, I'm a real big Dead or Alive fan. I've been a fan since the original PlayStation game, and I've always loved the series. I really thought Dead or Alive 5 was a really good fighting game, like not just... I understand the fan servicey part of Dead or Alive, and that's kind of the charm I enjoy of it. Not because it's like, oh, I want to ogle the women on there. I just kind of like that it doesn't take itself very seriously.
It's goofy bullshit in it.
Yeah, and you like the more you fight, the goofier costume you can get.
Yeah.
And, you know, like it was fun. You'd be punching your enemy, and they'd go slam to an elephant or something like that.
Yeah.
So apparently they're going really hard on trying to take a step even further with Dead or Alive 6 from Dead or Alive 5. And because like Dead or Alive 5, a big controversy that happened was that they took away some of the boob jiggle effects. What? They did. And some people were crying.
Upset about it.
Yeah, people were crying foul about it. Obviously, I didn't give a shit.
Because that's not why you're playing the game.
Yeah, I don't need to take a step and see like... that I don't need to see Kasumi's chest almost smack her in the face. Like, they made it more, like, realistic. Mm-hmm. But it still had the option to change the level. But normally it just came as this was a standard setting, but you could adjust it if you wanted it. Like, it still launched with boob jiggle preference levels and some pretty racy-ass costumes from DLC. And... if you could unlock them. But, that's kind of what Dead or Alive has always been about, is kind of its characters. So a lot of people didn't really take it very seriously. But it seems that Dead or Alive 6 is trying to fix that, and they're trying to fix it with a lot less sex appeal, and that the exaggerated jiggle effects are completely gone. And there's going to be a more cohesive story and some new fight mechanics. And this is all coming from Team Ninja and director Yohei Shimbori, wants to take the franchise into a new direction. He says, we want to make the girls look more human. And he says that their signature looks will be back. He's like, there are some things that are too ingrained in the franchise to just completely get rid of and ignore. But he says that, like Kasumi's always had this really loose fit, like it's not even a kimono, but
I know what you're talking about.
You know that dress.
Yeah.
And it's very iconic actually in the gaming community, at least in the fighting game wise. Like most people can look at that character and be like, dead or alive, easily. And like Kasumi has like a full like body suit. It looks like kind of like armored and stuff like that. It's almost like a stealth suit, something you'd almost see in like Splinter Cell. And Helena's look, where she was just wearing like a long, like I guess it was like a skirt cape and like a really huge chest. That's been a little bit toned down. Well, I actually put things have been toned down. That was actually the next line I had written here. My only thing, I put boo on this part. It said no more exaggerated level switches, which I thought was always one of the fun parts. Remember how I mentioned earlier, like you get punched and like an elephant would kick you and you go flying across the screen and land in water, and then that should be your next stage. Apparently, they're going to kind of get away from that exaggerated type of thing where you'd fall down a cliff. They were like, we don't want to see a girl get thrown out of a building and then land in the streets. And I was like, that was kind of the fun of it. I really like the fact that like you get knocked out of like a 50-story building, you land in the street and then just get up. Like I found that hilarious. It seems that they're going to be more simplistic and more like getting tripped by bystanders or getting like hit over a rail. Nothing like crazy like we're going to be falling down like 60 some steps. Nothing like that.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
How well do you see this game doing
without this?
Yeah, because like some of the over-the-topness of Dead or Alive has been its selling point for a long time.
Yes, that has been its selling point. But I was actually going to say, it says that they're really trying. I think they're
trying to take themselves seriously. I'm guessing what I'm saying is like, how well do you think this is going to?
It depends on this, because it seems that the director, I think Shimbori actually mentioned, I didn't write it on this paper, but I think he said in a quote, he said like, your esports, here we come. Like he wants to get into is it Evo?
Yeah.
I think he wants to get into the fighting tournament scene.
Okay.
And it just depends on... I know, that's the thing. I think that's the point, is that when you think Dead or Alive in Evo...
is a thing that's possible.
You kind of like snark and roll your eyes, what you literally just did at it.
Yeah.
I think that's his goal. And so I think they're going to try it. I mean, they are saying that they're working really heavily on the fighting mechanics. And from the trailer, it's very detailed looking, and it does seem to be a lot more skill. It doesn't look like it's just kind of like button mashy. And the one thing with Dead or Alive is that it does appear button mashy, but if you can really figure out the fighting mechanics, button mashing just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. So I'm excited for Dead or Alive 6. I've literally purchased every Dead or Alive since it's come out. I love the franchise. 2 and 4 are probably my favorite of them. But 5 was a good step. The fighting mechanics were getting a lot better. I would like to see where they go with 6 and see if they can actually get Dead or Alive into a Evo. I kind of roll my eyes at it too. I'm like, dude, no one's going to take you seriously with like girls with boobs the size of their heads in these games.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if they can get it in there, cool. If not, then they'll probably just go back to or maybe they'll probably just end it, because I don't think you can really go back to like massively overly sexualized Dead or Alive. You might be able to because of Japan.
I don't know what you want to call it. The camp of Dead or Alive has been its selling point for so long that you're
going to try to fix it by the 6th game.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm kind of like. Can they fix it?
I
think 5 was the right direction. It's
not like when Soul Calibur decided to tone down the size of Ivy's breasts. I think between
really they toned them down.
I think between 2 and 4 they did. They might be bringing it back. I don't.
They still look like watermelons hanging by chains.
Yeah. But you know what I mean. Like, it's not like where it was a subtle thing. Like, it was very.
I didn't
subtle.
notice. I never noticed that they enhanced it.
Yeah. I think they might have brought it back for 6. So I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hoping for 6 to be good too.
Yeah.
I got 2 6 games I'm looking forward to: Dead or Alive 6 and Soul Calibur 6.
And we don't know if either of them are going to do well. For
No.
different reasons.
For different reasons. Yes, for different reasons for sure. All right, Adam. Wow, I think we did like what? I think we're like...
We got to be at like 2 hours.
We got to be close.
Yeah, we're close to 2 hours.
Yeah, we have to be. It's started this pretty soon. I mean, it was a big show. It was a long show. I hadn't been here for a week. I had a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. So, Adam, why don't you let people know where you can find us as always?
All right. So, you can find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/GTAS podcast. You can find us on Twitter at www.twitter.com/GTAS podcast. And if you're listening to us on YouTube, you can find the links to our audio-only sources in the description.
Yes.
We're on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. And if you're already listening to an audio-only source, you obviously have already found this.
You didn't also... I was going through the last bit of the show. You didn't let Danko have a plug.
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, you kind of are.
I didn't think about it.
That's why you are a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But, hey, you know what? I had fun doing this again. I came home. As soon as I got home, I edited all of the podcasts. I got them up. That's why 31 never got loaded up on YouTube. I don't know. That was me being
Space
cadet and getting ready for vacation. That's up. The audio for episode 32 and video. Yeah, and 32 video is up as well. So
yeah, I had problems trying to get the audio up myself.
That's cool. I had a feeling whenever I didn't see it the next day, I'm like, I'll just do it. It's not a big deal. But hopefully it wasn't too much of a long stretch. I mean, we do this every week, so I mean,
yeah,
it's we do try our best, especially because we do this as a hobby. So, yeah. But once again, also I've been getting a lot of good feedback from people, so thank you once again. I'm seeing that we are getting a couple more listeners in California. Why, I don't know, but thank you.
Yeah.
And I think we had one in Texas. Yeah, whatever.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Go Texas.
I guess.
Yeah. Hey, but thanks again, everybody.
Wait.
Well, what are you going to say?
Before we move on, do you think the person in Texas has like an audio belt buckle that they listen to us from?
Dude, I don't fucking know. We have like one person that might listen to us in Texas, and you're going to sit there and say something about how he listens to it? I don't give a shit how he listens. Through a belt buckle?
Dude.
Do they have those?
Untapped market, Texas. The giant belt buckles that don't play audio? What the fuck are you doing?
They do those?
They better start. That's a free business idea right from me to you. Make a belt buckle, them giant ass fucking Texas belt buckles. Make one that plays audio and surfs the web and shit.
You can have that. You'd just be looking like you're staring at your junk the whole time.
It's Texas, bro.
Whatever. All right, Adam. Thank you again.
All right.
And until next time, don't get captured, and farewell.
See you later.